Our world is chaotic, regardless of your age. It is not more than 4 years of being alive that we start school. The school system lasts for another 14 years, each year the academic content getting harder than the one before. Continuous pressure to excel in school, to never fail any quizzes or tests, to do your homework every night because if you don't, you're a failure and you have no future. There's not only the academic pressure, but financial pressure as well. You need to make money. You need to support yourself so you can retire at 65, and this is how we end up stressed trying to pay the bills. There's social pressure too, trying to look good for people we don't care about, spending a lot of money on a lot of things just to feel a lot of ugly, wondering if the opposite sex will find you attractive, changing how you talk and act to conform in a certain way to feel love, personal pressure, needing to complete something in a certain way by a certain time to feel proud of ourselves, setting standards that might be way too high for where we are and getting disappointed when we don't complete them. And no one seems happy. Is it just me or does everyone put up a front? Most people aren't happy with their academics, always striving for more. All of us will never make enough money if we're being honest. We'll always want more. No one is happy with the dating world either. Girls think guys suck, guys think girls suck. Most people aren't happy with themselves in the first place. So I will propose a question. How is this sustainable? How can we have one shot in life that's spent a lot of it stressed and not content? How long can we last with these pressures placed on us with no end in sight? Life is a fast-paced game in our society. You blink or you miss a day, everyone's one step ahead of you. So incredibly, I propose to, instead of chasing after everyone and hoping to not get left behind, to go slow, slower than everyone. Enter slow living. King of all, of course, is spending time in nature. There's no fast cars here, no work to be done, nothing to achieve other than to walk, sit, or exist. Specific time to do nothing but be present. Listening to the birds and insects, observing the way the sun's rays hit a 3D object. That's all color is after all, the way that light hits a 3D object. We as humans used to spend all of our time in nature. There was no concrete, all of our time was outdoors. Now I'm not suggesting to return to this lifestyle, but to instead spend time consciously in nature, and this alone will change your life. When you have a problem and you take a walk in nature, as you finish it, you not only know what to do with the problem, but the problem doesn't seem as big anymore. Not when you compare it to the vastness of the world and how small our problems really are. Piano is my joy. The songs I play are pure emotion from geniuses that lived before us. Liszt, Debussy, Chopin. Performing their pieces gives me this sense of awe, that I am surrounded by the sound of incredible people that lived before me. You don't need to play classical to slow down with an instrument. This is what just works for me. I spend months on end working on specific pieces, and when I finally reach the finish line and I'm ready to perform a piece, it is a feeling like no other. We all love music. It is built into us through our evolution. We told stories through music. This in a way kept us alive. We are all songwriters, we are all performers. If to feel this incredible passion when you listen to a song, it should be a calling to you. To want to learn, to want to play, even for yourself. To perhaps invoke the same emotion you feel onto others. Meditate. There is a silence inside all of us. Sit inside a quiet room and hear the silence inward and outward. This silence is always there. It's just covered under a lot of noise from our chaotic world. Take the silence with you everywhere you go, like a rock that is unmoved by a raging river. All you have to do is for as little as 3 minutes a day, sit somewhere with your back straight and focus on your breath. The thoughts of a chaotic mind will come up and suddenly you're thinking about what you have to do later today. This is okay and normal. And again, all you have to do is bring your attention back to the breath. This is meditation. This is silence. This is stillness. Bring the stillness with you wherever you go and life becomes a little more simple, a little more quiet as well. Body practices. Sometimes we have a lot of energy inside of us and we need to get out. So we want to run for as long as we can or we want to lift a heavy weight as many times as we can. This is good, but we often forget that this isn't the only kind of exercise there is. If you live in America like me, we don't walk often, not often at all. To consciously walk without music, only focusing on each step that you are taking right now, is therapy. To bike somewhere, slowly, again with no music, but simply taking in the sights and sounds of wherever you are, is therapy. But my favorite of all is swimming. A full body workout from the muscles in your feet to the muscles in your face. And swimming, unlike the other forms of exercise we do, is pure silence. Underwater, there is no noise. Maybe the hum of the vacuum or water being drained, but you are there with your thoughts. And you are given time to recoup, to focus on your swim and nothing else. We often don't give ourselves time to think. This is why we often feel overwhelmed. Even listening to music all day is not a good thing because we don't have time to think as much. And one day we feel more overwhelmed than we ever have. To exercise and have nothing to distract you from the burning of your muscles and the thoughts in your head, real growth happens here. Swim. When you drive, consider using this time as a time to simply do nothing. Driving is a subconscious activity. If it was a conscious activity, it would be far too draining. So turn off the radio, turn off the music, and let your thoughts come and go. I believe we have thoughts in our head all day that need to come out eventually. You can let them out today by giving yourself time to just think and not be distracted, or they can come out in the future in a big wave of emotion that does not feel pleasant at all. We need time to think to let our thoughts come out. This is why those of us that struggle with anxiety often feel anxious at the end of the day or right before bed. Our thoughts and emotions have been building up since the start of our chaotic day, and they catch up with us as we're getting ready to sleep or as soon as our heads hit the pillow. We need to process our thoughts and emotions throughout the day, not just when we're finally not distracted. Read. Thousands of years of wisdom are in the popular books of the world. There is an incredible amount to learn from those who came before us. Some books are so powerful that we can't even read them, because each sentence rings with truth. But you can also just read for fun. Whatever genre you like, humans have been reading and telling stories for thousands of years. This is how we used to spend our time, and I think it's healthy to continue doing it. There's not a lot that can compare to the feeling of reading a good book, of literally not wanting to stop, to think about the book throughout the day and wonder what is going to happen next. Get lost in the stories of amazing authors and you will feel inspired, and you will feel calm, and you will be happy you did. As you spend time with those you love, make an effort to have wholesome conversations. Gossiping only exemplifies the chaos in our world, and as our minds begin to wonder if we are too being gossiped about. Talk about the things that move you, talk about the life you want to live, beautiful memories from your past, and talk about the things that you're grateful for. Discuss the music you love, the books that inspire you, and the movies that make you feel something. Listen as they speak, make eye contact. When your mind starts making comments or thinking about what to say next, bring attention back to listening to the conversation. One of the greatest gifts we can give to people is to listen to them. To feel important, special, and listened to is one of our human needs. You can give this gift to someone today and literally change the world. Give the gift of listening and practice good health. Start with sleep. As the sun goes down, dim the lights and recognize that this signifies your winding down time. Put on blue light glasses and do things that help you relax. Make chamomile tea, journal about your day, journal about what you did good, what you're proud of, what you can improve, and how tomorrow can be just as good, if not better. And then sleep at a time that works for you. Change the mindset of believing that we need 8 hours of sleep, and instead that you deserve 8 hours of sleep. You deserve to be functioning at your best and feeling your best, and this comes with good quality sleep. Make an effort to eat healthy. We all struggle with this, but an effort is better than no effort. Again, you don't need to be healthy, but you deserve to feel healthy. You only have one body and it deserves health, and it's your duty to protect it. It is your duty to protect it. And finally, have faith in something. Read about religion, read about spirituality, find what works for you, and have faith. With no faith, there is no need to do any of this. Simply having the faith, like I recently have found, that life is working for you as well as through you, alleviates a lot of the pressures talked about in the start of this video. Even with no faith, all of these practices improve your life in one way or another. And if you have the choice to live a colorful, fruitful life versus a stressed out gray life, it is again your duty to work towards the first. Have a beautiful rest of your day.